What is up, everybody? It is Tuesday. Be Like Water Media. We're only about 2 weeks out from the Olympics. The Olympic team has gotten together. LeBron, Curry, Kawhi, Durant. All these options. Joel Embiid. Of course, Anthony Edwards is claiming that he is going to be the number one option there. But in truth, we know that any team that he's on, the number one option will always be LeBron. The coach of the team is Steve Kerr. It's going to be his last time coaching at the Olympics, so it's almost like a final run for him, LeBron, Steph. Final chance to make a gold medal run, but a lot of competition this year. But it's funny with LeBron. Everybody likes to play with LeBron when it comes to the Olympics. Curry, Durant, everyone gets excited. Oh, it's going to be LeBron. And then when it comes to the season, absolutely no one truly wants to play with LeBron. Like this year, he said he was going to give the Lakers a big discount on his salary so they can go out and find one or two players like Klay Thompson and DeMarcus DeRozan. Since they drafted Bronny, he figured, hey, I'm going to give them a discount. And basically, once those guys said, hey, we're not going to sign with you, he said, all right, no discount. I'm going to take 2 years, $50 million, and basically now you have no chance to put together a winning team. Oh, and by the way, the guy I used to host the podcast with is now going to become our coach. So, yeah, come play with LA with LeBron. A place where if everything goes good, you'll get absolutely none of the credit. It'll all go to Bron. And if you play bad, the first thing they'll be trying to do is figure out ways to trade you. But LeBron, this brings back the most famous thing with LeBron ever, which is the decision. Which is in 2010, he had to decide after he was leaving Cleveland, would he stay at Cleveland or go to Chicago, Miami, and one of the final choices was the New York Knickerbockers, a team that hadn't won a championship or still hasn't won a championship since the early 1970s. And James Dolan, the owner of the Knicks, terrible owner, owns the Sphere, also has a band, JD and the Super Shots or whatever, terrible band. But JD put together a tape to woo LeBron to become a Knick. And the tape for years has been sort of whispered and rumored who was on the tape, what was on the tape. Because remember, this is 2010, recruiting LeBron to New York. And so how would they open the tape? How would they open, remember, LeBron sitting in a dark room with his friends, the Maverick, Rich Paul, they're all sitting there getting ready. All right, which team are we going to go for? And the Knicks press play on their video. And the first thing that comes up is James Gandolfini and Edie Falco playing The Sopranos. Years after it went off the air, insinuating that instead of being killed, they've been in the witness protection program, and they now need to find a home for their good friend LeBron, so he can live in New York. And that's how it begins. It begins with the Sopranos selling LeBron. And then it just gets better. The next person they bring in to pitch LeBron about being in New York is, in 2010, the man who probably helped represent New York for 20, 30 years. Of course, Donald Trump. Having Donald Trump talk to LeBron about all the business opportunities he could bring into in New York. This was before Donald Trump and him would even start getting into spats on Twitter. Donald was selling LeBron on he can become a brand here, as opposed to, the brand he became everywhere else. And the video goes on, and then the video has Rudy Giuliani on it. Rudy before he started melting in public and losing his mind and his law degree or law license. He's pitching him What is he pitching them on? And how, if you're the best athlete in New York, you get parades. Like, ask Derek Jeter what it's like. So LeBron's watching all of this, and then the next thing that comes on is Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin's telling him, that New York is where winners go. The best of the best. He's literally giving the Frank Sinatra, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. As opposed to the fact like LeBron wasn't going to make it everywhere he went at this point in his career. But you have LeBron, and then after you have Alec Baldwin, they bring in one of their closers. In 2010 New York, who's one of their closers? And this is one of their closers to talk to him about what it's like for him and his friends to be black New Yorkers, to understand the opportunities that they could have. They bring in Harvey Weinstein. And Harvey Weinstein talks about what the opportunities LeBron will get by opening up an educational center or some sort of foundation under his name, because he needed Harvey Weinstein to tell him that he can do that in New York as opposed to everywhere. But, so to recap, you have pitching him Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani, Alec Baldwin, Harvey Weinstein, and The Sopranos from Witness Protection. Also, of course, Spike Lee got thrown in there, and Spike Lee might have been the only one who actually understood that they were trying to get a basketball player, and one of the great ones. They even tried to have Reggie Jackson talk about playing in New York, and other New York Knickerbockers saying how this would be the best moment in New York history. Mind you, they have won 2 championships. And so when the video's over, and that's their final pitch to LeBron, the lights go off, they come back on, and they all look at each other. And do you think any of them are like, well, you know what? Donald Trump, Harvey Weinstein, Rudy Giuliani say I should go play in New York. I don't care what Pat Riley offers me. I'm going to go play in New York. Obviously, we know that decision ended him going to Miami. I don't know who they had in their video, but obviously they couldn't offer such luminaries as the former president, a former convicted rapist, a former man who would lose his law license, and a former actor accused of shooting somebody on a movie western set. And that is the story of how LeBron James' 2010 Knickerbockers wooing went, and why LeBron James today is the only good teammate he's there is for his son. And we'll even see if he's a good teammate to his son. That's Matthew in the middle coming at you. Let's get ready for them Olympics.